from Panola College, where we're about ready to get rolling. We welcome you both to our broadcast here on 107.1 as well as on Texarkana Gameday for our joint broadcast. And we're off and running with the very first pitch of the game. Britton Pipes stepping in, and there's the first pitch called strike. Let's give you the lineup for the Leopards. Britton Pipes going to lead things off. Of course, he's playing third base today. Batting second will be Eli Jarvis, the first baseman. Pitches up high. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. Batting in the third spot is the Leopards pitcher Tristan Howe. Colin Evans, the center fielder, is going to bat fourth. Dylan Neighbors at third is going to bat in the 5 spot. Breaking ball hits Pipes. And the Leopards get the leadoff man and to begin things here in the top of the first. Britton Pipes on, being hit right between that 1 and the 3 in the back. Gabe Jarvis, the catcher, is going to bat 6th. Cade McLeod, the DH, hitting 7th. Maddox Moore hitting 8th. He's playing second base. And Arian Taylor, the right fielder, is going to bat 9th. So it's Pipes, Jarvis, Howe, Evans, Neighbors, Jarvis, McLeod, Moore, and Taylor. Facing the Tatum Eagles, and Tristan Berry is the starter on the mound for the Eagles as he soft toss one over to first base. That's Brody Downs over at first base. Cody Hines at second. Cooper Whitens is over at short, or Wittens, depending on how you pronounce it. Tucker Anthony is at third base. Dustin Hedigan's in left. Grant Adcox in center. Caden Tatum is over in right field. Jaden Prince is behind the plate. And on the mound, right-hander Tristan Berry. Eagles on the year, the champions of 16-3A. They have a 21-9 record. They were 10-2 in district play. And Jarvis, who has been red hot, looks at a pitch that's out of the zone for a ball. And when I say red hot, I am not kidding. Eli Jarvis in the first round playoff series, 7 of 9, 3 runs and 5 runs batted in. And there's a called strike. It counts 2 balls and 1 strike. It is 78 degrees here in Panola. This is actually in Carthage. A little bit of wispy clouds, nothing terrible. And Britton Pipes almost leaned the wrong direction as he dives back into first base. Tristan Berry on the year, 7-3 record. This is his 13th appearance. He has an earned run average of 0.79. Another throw over, and Pipes easily gets back in this time. Pitch to Jarvis. This one slapped foul third base side, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Berry's 62 innings, 48 hits. He's just given up 7 earned runs, 13 walks, 48 strikeouts. He's given up 3 home runs. That's not something the Leopards have done at all this year. And count even 2 balls and 2 strikes now to first baseman Eli Jarvis. Leopards in their black road uniforms. Eagles in their white with a green pinstripe. Everybody's on pinstripes these days. I'm looking to go to my son's wedding. I was thinking about a seersucker suit until that got vetoed. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, this one toward third to Hopper. Grabbed at third, and Jarvis will move over the runner as Tucker Anthony makes the throw across to Brody Downs for the first out of the ball game.
So there was a lot of movement over there at first on Pipes, kind of similar to what we saw in that second game in Dangerfield, where the Tigers were very aggressive on Pipes over there on first. Very concerned about Leopard base runners.
Leopards come in with a 28-4 record. They're the #1 team in the state in 3A, 11-1 in district play. They lost the last game of the season in district, falling to DCAP 2-1. Other than that, they ran the table. Tristan Howe up now. Now from the right side. There's very little shadowing right now. It's coming in across the area between third base and home and onto the mound, and everything else on the field is in the sunshine. And we've got it right to our back right now, which is going to be really nice for the back of the neck suntan. First pitch to Howe. Hits it hard, but to left field. Left fielder going back, still going back. He's not going to get it. It's going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. They're going to make Howe go back to second, but Britton Pipes comes trotting in to score. And for a pitcher that has an earned run average of less than 1, 3 pitchers in, he's given up 1. So the hit batter pays off for Liberty-Eylau as they get the first run of this ball game. Tristan Howe smoked that thing to straightaway left field. Dustin Hennigan gave it a run trying to get there, but he had no chance. And Howe picks up his 8th double of the year and also his 20th run batted in of the year. Here's Colin Evans up now. Evans, a center fielder, hitting .348. That's best on the team. With 17 runs batted in, he's got a chance to get one here. Shows bunt, the pitch is outside for a ball. It's a 4-man umpiring crew, as all the playoff games will have. Over at first base for the Leopards, John Stilson. At third base is Ricky Rushing. And coming out of the dugout and barking out his 3-digit instruction, that's Zach Fowler. Of course, his dad, Rick Fowler, is in the dugout as the bench coach. And timeout taken as Colin Evans steps out. Evans in the last series, 3 of 5, 3 walks and 2 runs batted in. That's a strike. He looks at one knee high. And the count even at 1-1. Dylan Neighbors on deck for Liberty-Eylau. Park here is .315 down the line in left, .313 in right, .365 to the alleys, .395 to straightaway center with a 20-foot wall that juts out in straightaway center field. Kind of like playing at Redwater, only you're not hitting uphill. Here's the pitch, high and outside, ball 2, 2-1 now to Colin Evans. Evans started this year with a broken hand in the opening game. A month later, he finally got back in the lineup, and he's hitting almost .350 since he's come back. There's ball 3. High and outside again, 3-1 the count now.
Barry doesn't walk people consistently this year. Only 13 walks on the year, 48 strikeouts. Haven't seen either one so far, but possibly here with the 3-1 count.
Evans' little waggle of that bat from the left side box, and that's a ball 4. He missed with the same pitch 4 times in that at bat. And for the Leopards, against Dangerfield, this is where the lineup started dropping. They were 13 of 22 from 2, 3, and 4, which is well better than 500 in that part of the lineup. From this part down, they were 3 of 27. Neighbors, Jarvis, Moore, McLeod, and Taylor just struggled against Dangerfield, and yet they scored 18 runs in the 2 games.
A lot of hit-by pitches and walks through that bottom part of the order.
And timeout is Neighbors. Thinks it's been a little too long for Tristan Berry. He's got runners at first and second to worry about. And he steps off of there. Neighbors hitting .293. 23 runs batted in. First pitch, he's popping this up. This is going to be shallow center. And coming in, losing his cap, but Grant Adcock will make the catch, and there's no way for the runners to tag on the shallow fly out to center, and there's 2 away. Neighbors had a pitch to hit, but just got a little bit underneath it for the second out. There's Gabe Jarvis now. Gabe hitting .277 with a team-high .474 on base percentage. 24 bases on balls this season for Gabe. They played 32 games, so just about 1 a game he's averaging. Howe's down at second base. Colin Evans is over at first. Tristan Berry trying to figure out a way to get out of this first inning with only 1 run worth of damage. Boy, outfielders looking right into that sun setting behind us. Ground ball wide to third. They're going to wave around Howe. Here he comes to the plate. Throw's going to be cut off. Howe's going to get in to score. It's 2-0 Leopards. RBI for Gabe Jarvis, and Liberty-Eylau picks up another one here in the first. It wasn't hit particularly hard, but they had the third baseman, Tucker Anthony, played in a little bit. Had he been back behind the bag, maybe he gets a chance at that ball. But because of where they had him, he had no chance.
Zalvin Banks will come in as a runner for Gabe Jarvis, as a courtesy runner for the catcher.
Okay, McLeod steps in. He's DHing today. Will Tipton's going to be out in left field. McLeod hitting .297. Team high 28 runs batted in. And he's got one sitting at second base right now. He has been hit a team high 11 times this year.
Moves up in the order as well. He was in that 8-hole last series. Moves up to the 7th spot after a pretty decent series as well.
First pitch he looks at for a called strike. McLeod and Pipes tied for the team lead at 11 times being hit by pitches. Leopards as a team 69 times, and actually we can change the numbers. Pipes has got his 12th time to start the game. Ground ball towards short. Backhanded by the shortstop. His throws only to first, and they'll get McLeod out by a step and a half to end the inning. But Liberty-Eylau picks up 2 runs courtesy of a couple of hits. They leave 2 men on base. And through the first half inning, Liberty-Eylau with a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the first coming up right here on Game Day and on 107.1.
Start your day with seamless transactions.
Add your State Bank card to your device's digital wallet and enjoy the convenience of tap-and-go payments. Easy, secure, and thankfully at your fingertips. Simplify your day with State Bank's digital wallet.
All right, welcome back. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, let's give you the lineup for the Tatum Eagles. Tatum's got Grant Adcock, the center fielder, leading off. Cooper Wittens, the shortstop, will bat second. Jackson Prince, the catcher's hitting third. Colt Ballard, the DH, will bat fourth. Hitting fifth is second baseman Cody Hines. Brody Downs, the first baseman, is going to hit sixth. Dustin Hennigan, the left fielder, is batting seventh. Batting eighth is Tucker Anthony, the third baseman. And at the bottom of the order is Caden Tatum, the right fielder. So Adcock, Wittens, Prince, Ballard, Hines, Downs, Hennigan, Anthony, and Tatum. Leopards, pretty much you can pencil this in almost the last month or so of the season. It's Eli Jarvis at first, Maddox Moore at second, Britton Pipes is at short, Dylan Neighbors at third. Behind the plate, Gabe Jarvis. Out in the outfield, it's Will Tipton left, Colin Evans in center, Arian Taylor is in right field, and on the bump is Tristan Howe. Howe coming in with a 7-2 record. And there's a good-looking breaking ball for strike two. This is his 11th start of the season. Gone 53 innings, 31 hits, 22 runs, just 9 earned, 27 walks, 7 of those in the one game against DCAP. 23 strikeouts with a 1.18 earned run average. Goes breaking ball again and gets the strikeout to open the game.
And it looks like Tatum's going to want to take their time at the plate, and Howe's going to take advantage of that, going really quickly once they get set.
Howe and Moore and Neighbors kind of likes we saw last year with Jones. They're just fast working pitchers. Cal and WT the last 2 years, very fast workers, and another breaking ball strike as Howe's got a really good slider to start things today.
Well, and we typically see that as the games progress, but if Tatum's allowing them to work longer in the count, or longer in the at-bat, I mean, they're able to work really quick.
Leopards appeal to see if indeed Cooper Wittens had gone around. The first base umpire said no.
Looks like that's Coach Slayton over there as the first base umpire.
There's a called strike. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Wittens on the season. Oh, he's gone as he whiffs at the 1-2 pitch. And there's 2 outs here in the inning. And right now, If you're Zach Fowler, you're watching Tristan Howe throwing, thinking, oh, we got 2 runs. He may not give up any. It's actually Whittius. I said Wittens. It's actually Whittius. And first pitch is appealed for a ball as Jackson Prince steps in. Prince, the catcher today, he's hitting .367. Whittius, by the way, is hitting .446 as he just went down on strikes. There's 2 away here in the first. This one hard hit to right, and Aaron Taylor took about a step and a half back as that ball bounces toward him. He bobbles it a little bit, but no extra base for Prince as he gets a 2-out single going the other direction. So there's 2 out, 1 on, and Colt Ballard's coming up. Ballard, a .324 hitter. 9 doubles, second on the team behind Adcock and Hines. They'll hit from the right side. All been righties so far. Fastball popped up. There's a lot of area in foul territory. Eli Jarvis giving it a look and reaches just before he gets to the fence along the right field line to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So no runs a hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on. We're through an inning. Liberty-Eylau with a 2-0 lead as we come right back here on 107.1 and on Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Credit Union.
All right, welcome back. Second inning getting ready to start. Chuck Zach Doty coming at you live from Panola College's field. And we're in really a quadplex here of baseball fields. This is not a bad little setup. Parking's terrible. Concessions are a little high. The bathroom's a long walk. And we can't get in the press box. But other than that, it's great. It's turf field, which, of course, you want to have a turf field this time of year. You don't want playoff games to be jeopardized by weather. And we saw weather earlier this week. And on a grass field, maybe you worry about mud or a slick field or whatever. Here, you don't worry about any of that.
But all of this is brand new. All the stands that we were sitting in, I was told, implemented in December of last year. And so all new here. It took 6 months to get the field done. A pretty nice looking field. Walked around at it before the game, and nice little area. But I mean, there is 20 different T-ball games going on at the same time, so that's why parking's so congested.
Yeah. Maybe by the end of the night, they'll all be gone and we can actually get out of here. We're on the actual Jim Reeves Memorial Field. I'm going to assume he's probably a longtime coach or something to do with Panola College or a big donor. Who knows, donor in the baseball community here in Carthage. All right, it's Maddox Moore leading things off for Liberty-Eylau as we move into the top of the second. Game 2 of this series is going to be tomorrow over at Pleasant Grove. If they need a Game 3, 2 in the afternoon on Saturday at Winsboro, which is a familiar place for the Leopards. They've gone there, I guess, probably 4 times the last 2 postseasons.
I would venture to say more. I mean, it's been a while. Winsboro has been really good to the Leopards.
Yeah. Moore looks at a called strike. Third baseman's way in. He is 2-3 steps into, I'll call it the grass, even though I know it's turf, but the green stuff. Ground ball toward him. He gloves that, and he's going to make the throw easily to get rid of Moore. That is as shallow as I've seen a third baseman play in a non-bunt situation. So Moore goes down to open up the inning. There's 1 away as Tucker Anthony throws that over to Brody Downs. And he's going right back to the same place. Almost played like a softball third baseman. Here's Arian Taylor up now, as the Leopards have batted all the way around the order. Taylor looks at a first pitch low and away for ball number 1. Taylor hitting from the right side. That one runs in on him for ball 2. Arian on the year hitting .237. 4 doubles, couple of triples. 2-0 the count. He's sporting the very stylish pink batting gloves today. The neon pink. As he looks at a strike, 2-1. On deck, Britton pipes. 2-0 Leopards here in the second. That's ball 2. Or ball 3, excuse me. Outside, and the count now in favor of Taylor, 3-1. And third baseman Anthony actually backs up to the brown. Here's the 3-1. And this one's fouled straight back into the netting. About an hour and a half drive from Texarkana, not terrible. Of course, this field's kind of on the other side of Carthage. Gotta go all the way around the loop to get over here. And they have road construction kind of like we do on I-30. They've got roads torn up all over the place. Here's a pitch. This one hit in the air. This is going to be playable. Shortstop calling everybody away. And on the brim of the infield dirt, that'll be caught by Cooper Wedius for the second out of the inning.
Hitting number 13, Britton Pipes.
So there's Pipes back up again. Britton was hit by a pitch his first time and, of course, scored the opening run of the game, courtesy of a RBI double by Tristan Howe. First pitch from Berry, a little outside for a ball. Tristan Berry, the starter for the Eagles. This is wide, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Fastball, this one's lifted, but it'll get out of play first base side.
Funny little sound effect from the PA there.
Yeah, very nice. 1 ball, 1 strike. And this one smacked to center. Center fielder Adcock coming on, and on the run, he'll make the catch. And that'll be the third out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, nobody left for Liberty-Eylau. So we get our way through the top of the second. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. 2-0 the score. Back here in 30 seconds on 107.1 and Game Day.
Yay! We're so excited you decided to become a member.
Thanks. I didn't think it would be this easy.
I know. We've opened up memberships so even more people can take advantage of our amazing services.
Are you gonna clean this up?
Become a new member and take advantage of all RRCU can offer. Experience the credit union difference anytime, anywhere.
No, seriously, are you gonna clean this up?
Do you RRCU?
Meet Tony Langford Roofing, your trusted name in roofing solutions. Decades of experience and top-notch service. Passionate about your home safety, we treat every roof like our own. From repairs to full installations, we've got your home covered. Upgrade your roof with our variety of styles and materials. For roofs that last long, choose Tony Langford Roofing. We've got you covered.
Liberty-Eylau with a 2-0 lead. Tatum back at the plate for their half of the second. Tristan Howe back to work. First pitch in there, called strike is coming to the plate. Number 5 hitter Cody Hines, the second baseman. And Hines fouls one. The count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Excuse me, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch way outside. The count goes even at 2-2 now. And just a little bit low. 3-2 now, the count to Cody Hines. Pitch on the way, this one hit, and into the glove of Britton Pipes. Boy, he's fighting that sun, and at the last minute, looked it in as long as he could and kind of had to turn his head away, and that ball found the glove for the first out of the inning. So there's one away, and here's Brody Downs, the first baseman, coming up. He first pitch swings and slaps one foul, first base side, not a play. No balls and 1 strike. Howe's pitch missing low and away, 1-1 the count now. Here's Howe's pitch, fastball, it's fouled backward, 1-2 the count. So 1-2 the count, fastball line toward right, and that's going to get down for a base hit in front of Arian Taylor. And so Tatum's got a runner on with 1 away. In steps the number 7 hitter, Dustin Hennigan now. Hennigan, the left fielder, looks at the first pitch for a called strike. The pitch gets by Jarvis, a little low and away on the breaking ball, and that's going to allow the runner to go down to second as Downs advances on the wild pitch. Going to count the ball and a strike now.
Anybody watching here on the live stream, you might be wondering what's that obstructive thing that's running into the camera shot. It's pool noodles by the Tatum student section, showing their support for the Eagles.
You love pool noodles. Just saying. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball right on the edge, and the count is now 1-2 strikes as Tristan Howe goes after Dustin Hennigan, the left fielder, with 1 away here in the second. 2-0 Liberty-Eylau with the lead. Brody Downs standing at second base after his 1-out single into right, and then a wild pitch got him over to second. And now the count evens back up, 2-2 strikes. Leopards 2 runs, 2 hits. Eagles no runs, 2 hits. Tucker Anthony waits on deck. Fastball. Oh, and he got him looking. Third strikeout for Tristan Howe. That one a no-doubter as Dustin Hennigan does not even look back at the umpire and argue. He froze him on a pitch he was not expecting. And there's 2 away for Tucker Anthony, the third baseman, number 8 hitter. Anthony's going to bat from the right side.
Long looking and step off there for Howe.
Anthony out of the stretch, goes fastball, and again right on the outside corner. If this umpire strike zone stays like this all night, Tristan Howe's going to have a field day.
He'll call time on this one.
The umpire and Howe, when you get on the same page as the home plate umpire as a pitcher, your day got a lot better. This one popped foul behind us and out of play. Tucker Anthony hitting .370 on the season. 6 doubles. Chance to pick up an RBI here is on the year he's got 13. Leopards leading game 1 of this best of 3 area round playoff series. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, yeah. Got him again. Threw it at Anthony and broke it back over the plate. No runs, a hit. No errors, man left on. 2 innings in the books. Leopards with a 2-0 lead. We'll take a break. We're coming right back. You're on 107.1 and Texarkana Gameday.
Texarkana, when it comes to electricity, you do not want to strike out. That's why I trust the pros at Livewire Electrical Services. These guys are the real MVP. Voted Electricians of the Year 3 years in a row. Now that's a home run, baby. Need to upgrade your lighting to LED? Diagnose a breaker that won't stop tripping? Or add a portable generator connection? Livewire has you covered. Power problems? Call Livewire Electrical Services today. I know I do, because with these guys, you're always safe at home.
All righty, welcome back. Chuck Zach Doty, coming at you live from Carthage, Texas. Very nice evening, nice ballpark, nice lead for the Leopards. I'm going to overuse nice for a while.
Well, during this time, while the Eagles are still warming up, we want to thank our game sponsors here on Texarkana Gameday, SBM Materials, Rockin' Materials, I should say, Tony Langford Roofing, and Phone Pros. Thank you to those sponsors for their support of Liberty-Eylau Leopard Baseball.
And we mentioned Game 2 tomorrow night. That'll be back in Texarkana over at Pleasant Grove, where the Leopards took care of Dangerfield last week on the bi-district round. Eli Jarvis leading things off. Jarvis grounded out to third his first time up. Eli on the year is hitting .313. And he's going to be grounded out here to short. Whittius, in a hurry, retires him for the first out of the third inning. Jarvis still hitting the ball well, but just hitting it in the infield right now. So he's 0 for 2 today. Tristan Howe, who's got a double and a run scored, steps to the plate.
Beautiful ground rule double to left field the left time that he was up to the plate. Like to have similar success here in the second time facing Barry.
That was 3 of 8 against Dangerfield. Had a run in an RBI. And another hard grounder. This one through the left side of the infield. And Tristan's 2 for 2.
Good day to help yourself out there on the mound. And he's done it twice now on the base pass.
Yeah, and this time they're going to bring a runner in for him. They let him run the last time, or first time up, and this time decided maybe it's a better idea now to let him sit back down as Ethan Berry gets up. He'll take over first base for Howe. Colin Evans to the plate. He walked his first time up.
It's kind of interesting to see the situations where they decide to leave Howe in as a runner and not, because, I mean, he had 2 stolen bases in the last series against Dangerfield, and then ended up getting pulled as soon as he stole those bases. So it's kind of interesting how they end up using him on the base pass.
Now Tristan Berry working here in the third. Gets ahead of Colin Evans with a called strike. No balls and 1 strike. Berry, the right-hander. Again, 7-3 record for the Eagles this year.
In district play?
Overall.
7-3?
Yeah, that's what I have. What do you have?
You said 7-3 overall.
He has a 7-3 record.
Oh, he has
I
thought you were talking about the Tatum Eagles as a whole. I was like, oh, what?
No.
That's where I was confused.
They got many more.
Yeah.
Many more.
Only 21.
Right. 21-9, I believe, is their record overall. 0-2 the count now to Colin Evans. Throw over to first, and Berry dives back. Berry throwing to keep Berry on base. We've got multiple Berries going on.
Used to be a Tristan Berry on the Liberty-Eylau Leopard squad.
Indeed, and we could still get Evan Berry in the game. Another throw over, a little closer this time. That may be the better move that we've seen from Tristan Berry so far today. Still 0-2 to Evans. I'd like to move Ethan Berry to second, swinging a foul back. Evans does a nice job protecting the plate that time. I think he kind of got fooled about what pitch was coming and managed to just hitch his swing enough to make contact and stay alive for another pitch. Dylan Neighbors, the on-deck batter, waiting for the Leopards. Another throw over. They're definitely worried about a third run coming in. Sun's setting enough now where the entire infield, except for a little sliver behind short, or between short and third, still in the sun. Center fielder's completely in the shade now. His corner outfielders not. The guy in right field in particular is standing fully in the sun. He's the last guy in all sun. That's Tatum out there.
Left fielder still battling it pretty hard, though. Has a hand over his eyes.
That pitch high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Colin Evans. Yeah, the left fielder, Dustin Hennigan, his feet are in the shade. His face is still, however, looking up into that sun that's setting behind me.
Those trees not quite thick enough.
So 1-2 the count, another throw over, and Tristan Berry getting a little bit more aggressive with the throws over to first.
Very similar to what we saw when there was a base runner in Pipes. He was the leadoff man in this game.
This one lifted as it twists foul. Long run for the catcher, and they're going to run out of room as that falls into the Tatum dugout on the third base side.
And the way that dugout is shaped, there's not a wall there. They could have very well run into that dugout and caught that ball.
Both the third baseman and catcher were giving it a look. That's a long run for Jackson Prince, the catcher.
Very wide.
Yeah, there's tons of foul
range.
room. You're right.
Especially compared to Pleasant Grove, where the Leopards were. There's definitely not this much ground as far as foul area goes.
Which is real good for pitchers. You get a chance to get some cheap outs. Here's another one, twisting same place. Third baseman ran out of room as he slammed into the barrier between the field and the dugout itself. In PG or LE, those would have been easily way out of play and into the stands. But here you got a chance to maybe get a cheap out if you're the defense. And we saw earlier Eli Jarvis get one of those.
And he very well had a chance to reach over that wall and grab that one just there if the dugout would have talked to him a little bit better.
Another throw to first, this one the soft toss variety. Lights are on here at Jim Reeves Memorial Field. Expecting about the next 10 or 15 minutes, the entire field's going to be in the shade. Another foul back as Evans stays alive. He's getting a nice at bat out of this.
And we saw this from the Leopards in that first game against Dangerfield. They were super aggressive and battling in a lot of their at-bats, and it ended up causing the pitcher get out of the game quicker because they were working his pitch out count so high.
1-2, another throw to first. They don't have the pitch count up on the scoreboard here like they do at PG. So we have no idea how many pitches Tristan Berry's thrown, but it won't matter because he doesn't throw any more to Colin Evans as he strikes out swinging. It was a nice at-bat, though, and he drug a lot of pitches out of Tristan Berry.
It was a great job going to the off-speed there. It caught Evans on his back foot, ended up swinging through it, and to record the second out now with Dylan Neighbors coming up.
Neighbors flew out to center his first time. So he went swinging at the first pitch he saw. See if he's a little more patient now with 2 away. Although that's not really his nature. He does watch this one as it comes in there for a strike. Left field way back.
Still that third baseman playing kind of shallow, though.
Yeah, another soft toss over. I do not remember seeing another high school team that plays their third baseman like this. He is as shallow as I've ever seen in a non-bunt situation. Pitch high, 1-1.
The sun finally going behind the trees behind us.
Yeah, a little relief coming. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Dylan Neighbors. 2-0 Leopards if you're just hopping on board. They got 2 in the first. We're in the top of the third right now. 2 outs in the inning. Neighbors started to go and held up, and that was a letter-high fastball to make it 1-2. Gabe Jarvis waits on deck. Hard ball right up the middle. That's going to get through the infield. They'll hold Barry up at second base as Dylan Neighbors gets a 2-out single. Fourth hit for the Leopards. And with 2 outs, 2 on, Gabe Jarvis, who got one of those hits in the first inning, strides to the plate.
A lot of Leopard success so far with runners on first and second. Let's see if they can capitalize on that here.
Now your first baseman's going to play way back. Brody Downs with a left-handed hitter. So big lead. If you can get anything in the gap, Neighbors going to have a good chance to get around the bases. Swing and a foul back to the screen, and it's no balls and 1 strike. A little awkward swing that time from Jarvis. I think it looked like he got fooled a bit.
Pretty similar to that Colin Evans swing that he fouled away.
0-1 the count. Ethan Berry at second. Tristan stepping off as Ethan got his attention. Leopards looking to advance the lead a little more. This one smacked back into the screen. Boy, it looks like he shortened up his swing a great deal. Just trying to lift one over the head of the infield. 0-2 the count now on Gabe. Two runners getting a pretty good lead. Here comes the pitch. This one smacked wide to third. Well, that was almost all kinds of trouble for the Eagles. Jarvis a little bit late on the swing, and he put it in there between the third baseman and the third base coach in foul territory. It's Tucker Anthony of the Eagles looked over at Ricky Rushing like that should have been Ricky's ball. Still 0-2 the count. And Barry steps off. I think some bugs are starting to become an issue. Second base umpires having the same thing. We've had some fields, and I think Winsboro's one of them, where the gnats just are terrible this time of year. Maybe happening here at Carthage. That pitch misses wide. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Especially after we've seen a lot of rain in the past few days, past few weeks, whatever it may be. It collects, and the gnats are out for sure.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Tristan Berry, Tatum Eagles starter, the right-hander. And again, stepping off. Well, Ethan Berry's really got his attention. He is spending a lot of energy stepping off, looking at Ethan. See if that pays off for Gabe. Here's the pitch to him. Hard ground ball. It'll be to second baseman. He gobbles it up, makes the throw over, and that'll end the inning. Cody Hines to Brody Downs. And the Eagles are out of the inning. No runs for Liberty-Eylau. They had 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. They've left on 4 through 3 innings. We'll take a quick break. We're coming right back to 107.1 and Game Day.
Family owned and operated. State-of-the-art equipment. Largest slab yard in Texarkana. With a knowledgeable sales staff that's ready to serve you.
All righty, welcome back. Bottom of the third, 2-0 Liberty-Eylau with the lead. The 9-1-2 hitter scheduled to come to the plate for the Tatum Eagles to face Tristan Howe. Now, so far, has given up 2 singles. He struck out 4. And I'm not going to mention walks because every time I do, we end up with a base on ball. So we're not even having that conversation. Leopards have won 3 of their last 4. The loss to DeKalb ruined a really nice, 22-game winning streak. It was the first loss for Liberty-Eylau since February 22nd, and they got that one on April 22nd. Hopefully you don't have another one until June 22nd. That would be season over and you've already won a state championship.
It'll be Summer Bowl. That's on your own time.
Amen. Exactly.
Hitting number 16, Hayden Tatum.
And you start penciling in Round Rock. Not saying anything, just saying. Normally, LE or PG, when they were 4A, would be in Austin playing at Dish Falk Field. That doesn't happen anymore. Everybody's at Dell Diamond. So there's going to be tons of teams and tons of fans looking to get hotel space. They just want to be booking something for that week.
Still got plenty of opportunities in the area. Like you mentioned, Liberty-Eylau and PG. Hooks is still in it as well. They battle Grand Saline starting today out over in Mount Pleasant. And then James Bowie's actually still in it. They're playing at Tatum today against Overton.
So 3-0 the count now on the number 9 hitter. And just like I said, I didn't want to talk about it. I said I wasn't going to say it, but Caden Tatum showing bunt 3-0, and he watches a 4th pitch go by. So it is the Leopard pitching nightmare, and has been that way almost for the duration of the season, even with all the wins. Starting pitchers for the Leopards get down to that 8 and 9 hitters and walk them. And here we are, first walk for Howe. It comes to lead off the 3rd, and it's to the number 9 hitter.
Maybe it was just because his last name is Tatum. I think there's some sort of juju there as far as last name meaning the school name.
Yeah, well, he's missed on 5 in a row now, as that one is low and outside to Grant Adcock. Adcock struck out back in the 1st. And speaking of third baseman and charging, Dylan Neighbors is doing that now, anticipating a bunt. Here's a bunt shown by Adcock. He pulls it back, and it didn't hit him, and it got through the catcher, and that's going to allow the runner to get to second without a bunt. And the count's 2-0 now on the batter. I think you got to do a pass ball on that one. And Zach Fowler is not a happy guy. And he's coming out to talk to that infield right now, and we're going to get our focus back, I think, is this conversation. Now, we saw this against Dangerfield. Sometimes you want to make a hero play. He's got a 2-0 lead. And I have a feeling this conversation's going to be that runner at second doesn't matter. Get the out at first. He goes to third, fine. He comes in to score the next time, fine. We're not letting him have a 2-3-4 run inning. And that's a hard thing for a high school baseball player sometimes to focus on. I get that out at third. Well, you don't. You set things up for a big inning. 2-0 the pitch, and now strike to Grant Adcock, who again was showing bunt. I'm a little surprised now that they got the runner to second that they try to bunt him over to third and not let him swing away.
From everything that I've heard, this is a bunt-heavy team.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't be shocked if they do that most of the series.
Dustin Russell, the coach, and he tries to bunt and bunts it foul, and now he's got 2 strikes on him. Russell's in his 7th year as head coach here at Tatum. His team last year was 22-10. They were 11-1 in their district, and they were a regional semifinalist.
Adcock a .505 on base percentage on the year, and so good chance he can reach base.
2-2 ground ball. That's into the hole, and it will get the runners to the corners anyway. And Adcock going to go for the extra base, and he's going to be, out at second. Good job by Neighbors and Moore to pay attention to what was going on, and right away Russell comes out of the dugout. He's not happy with the call. Adcock did not break stride going around first base, and I think the thought was we're going to try to draw that throw and give our guy a chance to come in from third. The problem is Caden Tatum didn't move. He stopped at third base, and the coach over there is the head coach. He didn't send his guy around, and so the out's recorded at second base. There's 1 out in the inning. And that runner standing at third. Here's Cooper Whittius. Whittius struck out first time up. Gets a breaking ball for strike 1. Eagles handed the Leopards an out in this inning. Out trying to take advantage of it. We mentioned first time up, Whittius has some stupid at-bat numbers. Breaking balls, he swings and misses again. On the year, Whittius is hitting .446. 15 runs batted in, 6 doubles, 6 triples, and a home run.
And I have him down for a .537 on base percentage.
Here's a 2-strike pitch. That one misses. Good job by Jarvis keeping that from getting through him. There's big foul ground we mentioned on the baselines. Not a ton of room behind home plate, but enough to get the run in from third. Breaking ball again. Oh, and Jarvis can't hang on to the third strike. He swung and got a piece of it. If Jarvis holds that, that's strike 3. But he couldn't quite hang on, so we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball, grounder towards second. Actually, the first baseman, Eli Jarvis, going to get it. They'll get the out at first. They'll give up the run. And there's 2 outs here in the inning, and Tatum's on the board. And Eli, for a second, thought about going home. Just as we had talked about, concede giving up the run. Let's make sure it's not a big inning. He thought about it for a second, but wisely decided, no, I think I'm going to just go ahead and do what Coach talked about, and let's get that out at first base.
It's a good veteran move there by Eli.
So there's 2 outs. Bases are empty now, and here's number 3 hitter Jackson Prince, the catcher, who looks at a first pitch for ball 1. Fastball, this one lined over Moore's head into right field. I'll tell you what, they've got 4 hits and 3 of them are right there. And that's the second time Jackson Prince has done that.
And they even had Arian Taylor shallowing there in the outfield, but still just put it right in front of him.
Yep. You almost want to say, come back in, another 5 or 6 steps. They're just poking the ball to right. So with 2 outs and a runner on first, Colt Ballard, the DH, coming up. Ballard fouled out. He's the one that Jarvis made the catch along the fence, the right field side. This one's going to get through the catcher again. And now gives Jarvis a little look as he gets the ball back on another pass ball. So it's 2 in the inning. Counts 1-0 to Ballard. Breaking ball, strike.
Pretty curveball there from Howe.
1 ball, 1 strike. Leopards, 2 runs, 4 hits. Eagles, 1 run, 4 hits. Fastball high, 2-1. That's a fastball. It's fouled back through Jarvis, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Took 3 games for Tatum to get through Mineola. They won game 1 4-0. They lost game 2 4-2, and then came back with a 10-0 game 3 clincher. Oh, hits him. Oh, he threw a breaking ball that didn't bite. And that hits Ballard in the left shoulder. And now there's runners at first and second with 2 away, and Cody Hines coming up. That's just a breaking ball, didn't do anything. So it looked like the Leopards were out of this inning. They'd gotten the runner in, they cleared the bases out, looked like everything was good. Now single and a hit batter, and Tristan Howe's back in trouble. Fastball misses, ball 1. We thought there were a lot of pitches thrown by Barry in the previous inning. Howe's catching up to him. There's a strike in the outside corner. Tristan's just rearing back now. Hines, the number 5 hitter, lined out to Pipes when the sun was still shining. Swings at 1 inside, and now he's in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Hines not the biggest in stature, so he's having to adjust the zone even more. One that would have been there at the top of the zone, that first pitch, probably a strike earlier in the bat. You have to adjust now. Ends up being a ball first pitch.
Base runner at second got Howe's attention for a little bit. That's Jackson Prince, catcher. Which means we're going to have a longer time between innings as he'll have to get the gear back on. Here's the pitch. Missing wide. 2-2. Howe seems to be a little edgy today. He's a fast worker all the time, but he's a little bit more edgy. Oh, it's a good-looking pitch. Leopard fans thought they had strike 3, and Zach Fowler wants to know, where was that?
I think it goes right back to him kind of being a smaller batter. That was probably right in the zone for a normal bat. It goes a little bit higher than the letters.
3 balls, 2 strikes now. Eagle fans making noise. This one fouled out of play. On deck is Brody Downs, the first baseman. A little momentum change in here. Three balls, 2 strikes. Eagle fans making some racket in front of us. Missed it again. Boy, not even close on the 3-2 pitch. So they've gotten the bases empty, and now we've had a hit batter, and a walk. And the bases are loaded with Eagles. Brody Downs, who singled his first time up, comes to the plate. 2-1 Liberty-Eylau, bottom of the 3rd, but Tatum is threatening. Now fastball strike on the corner. Leopard defense, they're going to be back now with any base and out. Missed a little bit outside. 1-1. Just a little wide again. 2 balls and 1 strike. It was close, but it wasn't ball. Tristan needs to get out of this inning in a bad way right now. 2-1. Here's a pitch. This one's topped, but it'll be foul behind the catcher for strike 2.
Back to his 2-strike count. Let's see if Tristan can get out of it this time. Multiple 2-strike counts here in this inning. Just hadn't been able to work through him so far.
2 balls, 2 strikes. A pitch. Nope. Jarvis again having trouble squeezing the ball tonight. Didn't go far enough away to be able to let the runner at third do anything, but Jackson Prince took a look. All right, 3-2. There's no place to put him. His last 2 3-2s, he missed badly. Let's see. Fastball. This is hit hard to center, but right to Colin Evans, and the Leopards are going to get out of the inning. They sent 7 to the plate. They got 1 run in the inning, courtesy of 2 hits. There were 2 walks and a hit batter, and the bases left loaded. 2-1 our score. Coming back for the top of the 4th when we return in 60 seconds here on 107.1 and Texarkana Gameday.
Craving fajitas but short on time? That's not a problem. Just give us a call and place your order, and we will have them ready for you with no lines or waiting. With same ingredients and the same freshness every day. If life moves fast, so do we. No time to waste. Satisfy your cravings today.
This is Hustler Country, a place where people earn their keep and make an honest living. We build machines that last because they have to. We make it, we test it, we break it, and we do it over and over again. So visit your local Hustler dealer and join us because we are Hustler.
Top of the 4th, 2-1 Liberty-Eylau. It's the area round of the playoffs, round 2. Leopards taking on the Tatum Eagles. Eagles had lost 3 of their last 5 games coming into this series. They dropped games to New Diana and Bullard in what are basically tune-up games, and lost 1 of the 3 games to Mineola in the playoffs in the bi-district round. Prior to that, they were running a nice little 5-game winning streak. They had trouble with Troop, however. Troop beat them back-to-back back on April the 1st and the 4th. They lost 6-5 and 7-6. And somehow managed to win that district because those two losses certainly weren't good, but they're the only losses that Tatum had in district play. Troop lost 3 games and finished 9-3 as opposed to the Eagles going 10-2. And it's kind of a weird deal to see the first place team only lose to the second place team and still be first place.
Yeah, I wonder how much that 9-7 win versus Dangerfield that they had earlier in the year as well can kind of play a factor as how you look at them and kind of compare them going forward.
How about leading off the inning here? Cade McLeod with a hello single into left field as he clubbed that ball. And the Leopards get the leadoff man out. And for folks on the radio in particular, you're going to feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but all year I've said the same thing. When the Leopards give up a run, they get their feelings hurt, and they don't like it. And they typically respond very quickly and get that run back again. We'll see if that's how it works here in the 4th, where McLeod, Moore, and Taylor to bat here for Liberty-Eylau. And Maddox coming up now. He grounded out to third his first time up, and sure enough, that third baseman sneaking in again, showing bunt pitch way high.
But that's exactly what you need to happen, though. You need to be able to flip momentum. I mean, it kind of felt like everything was going Tatum's way, then the fly out to center field, and you're like, okay, we can kind of calm down. We have a run lead right now. Let's go out there and change things here in the top half of the 4th.
See if Moore can get a bunt down. Anthony, certainly we know, is going to play in at third, and then he's been charging in. It's the dangerous place. You want to be the third baseman, and they're hitting with aluminum bats. And he's charging in again. Moore trying to bunt, and he bunts it, popped up, and luckily it fell harmlessly foul. He's charging in. The long run was the second baseman. Cody Hines took a long run at it. But he and Anthony basically are going to say, we're going to be the ones that are going to cover this, not the pitcher Barry. Both of them way in at second and third. 1-1 the count to Maddox Moore. 2-1 lead. He does swing it. Ground ball to short. It's going to be the throw to first only, and they'll get Moore out, as they really had nobody covering second base. There was no play for Cooper Whittius. He was going to either have to get to the bag himself and try to get to McLeod, or have to make that throw to first. That's part of the danger of playing those infielders in. You had no chance for a 6-4-3 double play.
And that was a great adjustment there by Fowler to call off the bunt, make it a slash instead. He put it in play there like that, and then you end up doing exactly what you wanted with a bunt.
Here's Aaron Taylor now. He popped out to the shortstop first time up. 1 away. First pitch, strike to Taylor. Cade McLeod down at second. He got on with a leadoff single to open up this 4th inning. Leopards with 2 runs in the first. Tatum left the bases loaded when they got their 1 run in the 3rd. No balls, 1 strike. Breaking ball doesn't bite, and it's 1-1. Tristan Berry's been on the mound the whole way for Tatum. He has given up 5 hits, has struck out 1, has walked 1, has hit 1. Taylor hits this one deep to center, but the center fielder's got room. Adcock will make the catch. They started to tag up and say, could have maybe got McLeod down in the 3rd. The throw was offline by Adcock, but it's a big risk. Maybe if he was going into right center, but not coming to left center. So there's 1 away, actually 2 away now. And we're back to the top of the order with Britton Pipes. Pipes has been hit by a pitch, and he's flown out to center.
That all comes down to scouting the outfield as well. That's Coach Ricky rushing over there at third base, who knows outfielders better than anybody. And so definitely got to trust his judgment there as far as noticing what an outfielder's going to do and can throw you out. Don't want to force that third out on the base pass.
Leopards have had some games where outs on the base paths were their enemy. Did that a lot against Redwater, and we're going to get a runner, I think.
Yeah, we're just going to see Dalen Garton come in for Cade McLeod.
Yep. So with 2 outs, Out goes the DH, Cade McLeod. Jalen Garton Sr. coming in to run for him. Pipes, who could get another run on the board for the Leopards with a base hit here. Sun is gone. Little bit of a breeze, but not much. It is fluttering the flag out toward right field. All right, all the maneuvering's done. Garton gets his lead at second. Here's Barry's pitch to Pipes. First pitch off the catcher's glove, and here goes Garton, going to try to get that base. He better get down, and he does. So a pass ball by their catcher now as Prince lets that one just clank off of his glove. And the Leopards get that third run 90 feet away. One ball, no strikes to Britton Pipes. Here's the pitch. That's just a little wide. About a baseball width wide of the plate. And it's 2-0.
It's been a pretty consistent zone as far as left and right goes, and so I think that was a really good call there by the umpire.
That's a strike. 2-1 as Pipes looked like he was taken all the way. Eli Jarvis is on deck waiting. 2 outs here in the fourth. A leadoff single by McLeod, and now Garton running for him is at third base. This one fouled into the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on the Leopard leadoff hitter.
Well, that's 3 straight pitches kind of in the exact same spot. One being a ball, 2 in a row as a strike, one being a called strike, one being a foul ball. So we'll have to see if he goes back to that same spot again as the catcher's kind of framing up that way.
Yeah, pitching him away. Let's see. Misses low and outside. That's ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. They have been staying away from Pipes.
Look to see if he goes off speed here to work away from Pipes, get him swinging.
And they'll set up out there again. Missed it, ball 4. Second walk handed out by Tristan Berry. The Leopards have runners at the corners. And here's Eli Jarvis. He was red hot against Dangerfield. He's 0 for 2 in his first 2 at-bats here tonight. Grounded out to third, grounded out to short. They've been pitching him away, and here comes Anthony, the third baseman, back in again. And he's going the other way as he fouls this one out of play wide of the dugout on the third base side. Even Jarvis's outs in the Dangerfield series were hard hit. He lined one that got robbed by the second baseman. Went 7 for 9 with that out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Nope, they're going to step off and make sure the runners are not getting sneaky on him. Craig Jones was here for a few years, and he was notorious for that rabbit play. Send that runner from first, have him fall down, and see if you can't get that runner from third to come on in before you get tagged out.
Saw the Leopards pull that off earlier this year against Ashdown. That was, I believe, how they got in that first run. It wasn't the winning run that they had in that no-hitter 2-0 win against Ashdown in a Saturday game.
And again over to first. The Eagles smell something's going on with Pipes, and they're trying to make sure he doesn't get a chance to get a lead where that rabbit could even work.
Well, they did this his first time that he got on base after his leadoff hit. Or leadoff hit by pitch, I should say.
Jarvis looks at a pitch up in the zone for a strike, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
That was a strike right there at the top of the zone. Leopard faithful don't like it, but strike nonetheless.
Well, he's a big guy. That's
big difference in him and Hines.
Yeah. That pitch does miss. Pipes is going down to second. They'll cut it off. Throw comes in high, but it's not going to matter. They were late getting Garton going, and that's how the inning's going to end. Leopards are trying to cook up something. They cut the ball off on the throw down to second, and Garton just got a late leave off third base, and the inning's going to end on an out at home. So Leopards get no runs. There was one hit and one man left on base. So we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 2-1 Liberty-Eylau with the lead. So you're listening to us on 107.1 and watching on Texarkana Gameday.
Nerf Wars, safe. Dodgeball, safe. Kickball, batting cages, and glow-in-the-dark parties. You're all safe here, baby. Looking for a birthday party that's anything but ordinary? Iconic Performance Center brings the fun to you. With 2 hours of high-energy activities, plus music and dancing, this will be the party they'll never forget. Book your iconic birthday party today at iconicperformancecenter.net or just call 903-293-9949.
All righty, welcome back. Bottom of the fourth inning. We got to do a little shout out, apparently. There's a guy in Kansas City that's kind of checking us out today. So, hey there, Will Middlebrooks.
Oh, hey there.
Yeah.
In Kansas City.
Yeah, I guess he's just hanging out for the day.
Maybe that's where the Red Sox play next because they just ended up finishing up a series with the Rangers this afternoon.
They spanked the little Rangers again today.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Ground ball on the first pitch, and how about a leadoff single by Dustin Hennigan? As the Eagles are starting to get a lot more comfortable at the plate, and now that is 5 hits off of Tristan Howe, and 4 of them have been to the right side. Tucker Anthony up now. He struck out looking back in the second. They put a lot of pressure on Howe. First pitch, called strike. No balls and 1 strike. It's Hennigan, Anthony, and Tatum, the bottom 3 in the Eagles lineup. 2-1 Leopards with the lead, both teams with 5 hits. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away. You can see Dylan Neighbors charging again from third.
Another thing that makes that so cool about Will being in Kansas City, you get to see former Texarkana native as well, Michael Walker.
Yep.
He had an incredible line against the White Sox the other day. Went 7 innings. They've only gave up a couple of hits, had 5 strikeouts.
I'm going to do this. No offense. It's the White Sox. We'll just do that. Michael did pitch very well. Second win of the year for Mr. Walker. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball. This one foul, third base side. That was going to be all kinds of trouble. Neighbors, who was starting to charge, had to hit the brakes and then reverse course, but luckily that ball was pulled wide of the third base line. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Tucker Anthony, the third baseman for the Eagles. Moving into the bottom of the fourth here. Ground ball. This is back up the middle. Grabbed by Pipes. They'll get 1. The relay, not in time. Anthony beats it out by a half step.
Oh, we've added Bubbles to the mix over here from the Tatum student section.
Bubbles?
Bubbles.
Okay. Like soap bubbles?
Looks like it,
All
yeah.
right.
Very A&M-esque.
Okay. If you're going to do bubbles, do suds. Someone fouled back to the screen, and it's no balls, 1 strike on Caden Tatum. Tatum with a walk and the only run of this game for the Eagles. He smacks this one. Neighbors has it. Doesn't have it. Went to get it and couldn't glove it clean, and he was actually starting to think about his throw to Moore at second before he had it in his glove. And we'll get an error on the third baseman. And now you got runners at first and second for the Eagles with 1 away, and we roll back to the top of their order. Not sure we're going to get a new runner, I believe. Is they're going to take out Tucker Anthony? Yeah, it looks like it. So Tatum going to bring in a runner for the second baseman. Let's see who they brought in.
Can't quite get a good read on that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was a 5 or a 6 on his back. Now I've got old eyes, and I'm looking through chain link and netting, so there's no telling.
Well, I don't have a 5 on the roster.
No, I didn't either.
So I'm going to guess either 3 Logan Kanzler or 6 Jake Digert.
Okay.
Either one.
A 3, a 5, a 6. They all look the same.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I got a runner at second. How about that?
It's number 9, Aldo Espinoza.
All right, there you go.
Creeped into your screen there as he's getting the lead off.
Neither a 3, a 6, or a 5. First pitch way high by Howe. Grant Adcock has struck out and singled, and he's going to lift this one into shallow center. Pipes is going back. He'll call off everybody for the second out.
Espinoza will hold at second.
2 away now in the inning. And Cooper Whiteus up now. Howe's been good against him. He struck him out the first time and got him on a little ground ball to the first baseman the second time. But we mentioned Whiteus has the 447 average coming into this series and the 5 whatever on base percentage.
537.
There you go.
Coming into the game.
He's 0 for 2 so far, but he's got a spot now. Oh boy, Howe likes the breaking ball for Whiteus. He has started him with a slider or a curve every one of the 3 at bats so far.
Couldn't ask for a better pitch there with that slider.
See if he comes back inside with it. Nope. Works outside again. And Jarvis is coming out to see Howe. And I'm wondering if that wasn't what they expected or what Jarvis was expecting. Howe's thrown a couple of balls where he's gotten them inside corner strikes by starting them at the batter, but he's also hit 2 batters. So he's got to be a little careful on that. His breaking ball, it's a little cool. It's not really humid tonight, but the ball just not biting so well on some of those pitches. Goes fastball here and gets the strike. Well, now Whitey has got to be thinking, all right, what am I getting? I've been getting slider, slider, slider. Now I get a fastball. And he's behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Howe steps off. Runners at first and second for Tatum with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. They trail the Leopards 2-1, and we get a timeout as Whiteus was not happy standing in the box that long. Colin Evans with a couple steps in. Playing pretty shallow in center. Taylor's way shallow in right. Breaking ball. Oh, he hit it hard. And they can't get to it. That was the problem of bringing Evans in. 1 run scores. Second one coming in to score. It'll be a sliding in triple for Cooper Whiteus, and Tatum takes a 3-2 lead. Espinoza and Tatum came in to score, and Whiteus now with all 3 runs batted in. And he gives the Eagles a 3-2 lead, and I almost think the Leopards may have outsmarted themselves a little bit. They kept going shallow, 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 and he hit that ball almost where Tristan Howe hit it in the first inning. A long run for Tipton, and where Evans was, a really long run. And it goes all the way to the wall for a 2-out triple.
That's Whiteus' 7th triple on the year. He has 14 extra base hits.
0-1 the count now to Jackson Prince. 1 ball, 1 strike, just missing outside. First time the Eagles have led in this game. Oh, and another bad pitch. This one's going to let another run come in to score, and it's 4-2 on Howe's wild pitch. They got it going on for the Tatum fans. The pool floaties, the bubbles, the screaming, they got it all going. 2-1 to count, fastball high, 3-1. Nobody warming up yet for the Leopards, but you kind of get a sense that Howell's in his head right now as this one fouls back. 3-2 the count. They have gotten 3 runs in this inning to take a 4-2 lead. And there's ball 4. Howell thought he had the strikeout. He started off the mound thinking he had the strikeout and was out of the inning. And instead, Prince is on for a 3rd time tonight. 2 singles and a walk. Six hits for the Eagles. And the number 4 hitter, go Ballard up now as he fouls one back. Ballard foul out and been hit by a pitch. Eagles with 6 hits. There's the pitch, breaking ball. This one turned on and clubbed foul. And the count's 0-2 now to Cole Ballard. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. First time in the postseason, Leopards have trailed. Ground ball toward 3rd, it's going to get through. Hit number 7 as Ballard's on for a 2nd time. And Zach Fowler takes time out. He hasn't asked for the ball yet, but let's see. Maddox Moore coming to the mound. And yeah, he's going to take the ball. Howe's evening is done. And it looks like Moore may actually get the pitch here. You thought Maddox might be the Game 2 starter. And he may not pitch long here. This may be get out of the inning and see what happens in the 5th. But the 4th was not kind to Tristan Howe. He faced 7 in that inning. He had 7 that he had faced in the 3rd inning, and he leaves with a 4-2 deficit as Maddox Moore is going to come into this game. And they'll bring Howe back in. He probably moved to short, and they'll move Pipes to 2nd. Yeah, this inning started with a first pitch single by Hennigan. He got forced out at 2nd on Anthony's fielder choice grounder to short. Tatum reached on an error by Neighbors. Pop out to Adcock for the 2nd out of the inning, but Cooper Whiteys has tripled to left center. Let him run around the bases, and then a walk to Prince and a single to Ballard. And it's a 4-2 game, and they've got 2 runners on again. And Maddox Moore is going to be asked to try to put out the fire.
And so Howe concludes his night with 84 pitches thrown. And like you kind of alluded to, you figured Maddox would have been the Game 2 starter. And it might just be get out of the inning. We might see a kind of a pitcher by committee the rest of this game once the Leopards get out of this inning. But it might become that way as far as Game 3 goes. Look to see Neighbors possibly get a start there in somewhere. But you'll see the defense move around as far as just the 2 middle infield spots go. Tristan Howe will be over at shorts, and Britton Pipes now at 2nd after Maddox takes the mound, similar to what we saw in that Dangerfield game where Maddox started.
Howe went 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, but the 2 on base belonged to him. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. So now Maddox Moore comes in. For Moore with a 7-0 record, this is his 16th appearance of the season. 9 of those, now 10 of those in relief. He's got a 1.52 earned run average, 17 walks, and 43 strikeouts. And first pitch, he serves up Colin Evans, having to come on in, slides and makes the catch to end the inning. So it's 1 pitch for Moore. He got us out of the 4th. They pick up 3 runs. On 3 hits, there was an error and 2 men left on base. 4-2, Tatum with the lead as we're through 4. Quick timeout, we'll come back. Leopards to bat in the top of the 5th when we return here on 107.1 and Texarkana Gameday.
Diamond Bank walks with its customers through every step of life, side by side. From the first checking account in high school to the first home or business loan, Diamond Bank is committed to helping you with all of your financial needs. Diamond Bank's growth is the result of the growth of our customers, and we want to help you feel that same growth. We are proud to have the ability to give back to our local school districts, community organizations, veterans, customers, and more in a multitude of ways. Come discover the Diamond Bank difference with local people making local decisions for our local community. Stop by our current location in Texarkana at 5714 Richmond Road or visit us online at www.diamond.bank to see our products and services. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All righty, welcome back. Top of the fifth. Leopards trailing for the first time in the postseason. They take the fifth with a 4-2 score. Tatum leading after a 3-run fourth. For the Leopards, it'll be Eli Jarvis, Tristan Howe, and Colin Evans come to the plate. Of course, Jarvis was at the plate when the Leopards tried the double delayed steal. Got the out at home to end the fourth inning. Leopards lost game one in the area round last year on their way to a 4A state championship. They were beaten by Farmersville 7-4. Had to come back and take a doubleheader the next day to advance past the Farmers and kind of cruise their way through the rest of the playoffs. Their only blemish was a loss to Salina and their ace pitcher, where Liberty-Eylau basically conceded game two of that series for a chance to get game three, and they 2-1 win over the Bobcats to work their way out of the region.
I feel like it was a similar case the year prior as well. They ended up, I think, losing a game against probably Paradise Ponders, something of that sort. There, I remember it was a green team. That's about it.
All right, well.
I remember Cal's year that they ended up dropping one.
Yeah, I don't think it was Paradise. I got to think about it for a minute. It'll come to me. All right, well, we start the inning now with Eli Jarvis. And let's see, we talked about last inning. Leopards, when they give up runs, tend to try to get them right back again. They didn't do it in the fourth. We'll see if they do it here in the fifth as Jarvis kind of checks a swing for strike one. It's 2, 3, 4 hitters up. This is where you got to make your money if you're the Leopards.
Barry's wanting to work quick now.
This one fouled back, and it's 0-2. Well, he kind of scuffled along against Dangerfield in the second game. They got 8 in the first inning of the first game and cruised in game one, but scuffled around. This one hit hard and over the head of Anthony into left field for a leadoff hit. That's big for Jarvis. And that's the result of Anthony playing in so shallow. Back behind the bag, he makes that catch. On the grass/green turf, it's over his head for a base hit. So here's Howe up now. Tristan with a double and a single. He's driven in one of the 2 runs and has scored a run. Jarvis diving back to first. Tristan Berry, the Tatum Eagles pitcher. Got a lead now. See if he can hold it.
Berry at 70 pitches. Here as he's gone through 4 innings of complete work.
If you're Ellie, you'd like to squeeze him out of here in the next inning or so. Max him out so he can't come back. Pitch misses wide. 1 ball, no strikes. Mentioned he had 7 of Tatum's wins this year. There's nobody else that have more than 3. Hard hit ball. This one's going to get through and into center field. And Howe's on for a third time as he's got a 3-hit night. All right, all right. Tying run on base for the Leopards. Nobody out here in the fifth. Colin Evans coming up. Evans with a walk and a strikeout. Caden Tatum probably would be the Game 2 starter for the Eagles. He's got a 3-0 record and a sub-1 earned run average. Runners at first and second. They've got the first baseman playing and expecting bunt, and Evans bunts at foul third base side. It's the first time we've seen Anthony back because he's got to cover the bag at third. And that's the place to bunt it. Evans was doing the exact right thing. You can put it down that third base side. You really force Tristan Berry's hand to have to come off the mound. And it's the second baseman going to come. They'll shift a little bit. Second baseman going to be the one that comes in. First baseman back behind the runner at first. Tom Evans, I'm doing the same thing, bunting third base side. There's the 0-1. Berry, long look. Here comes the pitch. He does show bunt. Third base side. It's a good one. They're going to have only a play at first. They're not going to get him. Everybody's safe. That was tailor-made. The way that defense was set up, there was no doubt that's where Colin wanted to go, and he singles to the left side of the infield, and now it's loaded with Leopards with nobody out, and Dylan Neighbors coming up. Dylan with a fly out to center and a single. And Zach Fowler coming over to see him.
And I think either one of those options right now scores a Leopard. Makes this a one-run ball game. But the Tatum infield has really compressed itself. Looking to get that out at home plate.
Liberty-Eylau with 8 hits now as they take an 8-7 lead in that category. They've left 4 on through 4 innings. Here's Neighbors. First pitch from Berry. Outside, ball one, barely outside. I think that message from Zach was, let's be really patient here. Don't help the pitcher. Well, they really gave a big gap up the middle. Swing and a miss. He got a piece of it. For strike one, 1 ball, 1 strike. They're moving the shortstop way over toward third, like he's going to cover third. The third baseman's coming in as they've got the infield in. A 4-2 game in the infield in. That's low and away, ball 2. A bit strange that you're not playing for the double play and give up the 1 run. They're going to play the infield in, and they're going to really up the ante of risk factor here. If Neighbors can hit a hard ball through this, he got a chance to get 2 because Howe's a burner at second base.
And the head coach having to come all the way out to the foul line, explaining what he wants his infield to do, making sure everybody's on the right page with this one. In this situation, I wouldn't necessarily hate using a mound visit.
2-1. This one's hit in the air, shallow right. It may be deep enough to score a run. And they'll tag up the runner from third, trying to get Howe to third, and they do. And the Leopards are within 1 as Jarvis comes in to score on the sacrifice fly, and there's 1 away.
Well, and so not only was it hit high and deep enough, but the right fielder was actually backpedaling as he caught that ball. And so it just kind of worked out perfectly for both runners to end up safe now on the corners, and a run come in for the Leopards.
All right. Gabe Jarvis, single and a ground out. They can move everybody back to double play depth now. Now, of course, here comes Tucker Anthony, the third baseman, way in again. Timeout by Jarvis. Cade McLeod on deck hitter for Leopards. It's 4-3, Liberty-Eylau trailing.
They're going to throw it over to third and appeal over there, see if they call him out over there. Kind of a dangerous move by Tristan Howe as he stepped off the base to allow them to step on it. I definitely wouldn't have done that, as you could have easily gotten tagged in that situation.
Yeah, I don't know the rule on that, but yeah, that would have been bad, real bad.
Right, that's a live ball. No, time's not called after that.
We'll try it again. And they're going to step off one more time. Leopards tried to get a run in a sneaky way in the 4th, and they got thrown out at the plate. As Dalen Garton took a late break. You got a better base runner in Howe up there now at third base. So if you tried the rabbit with 1 out, to try to tie this thing up. Fine. But you got Jarvis, who's got such a great on-base percentage. I hate to take the bat out of his hand. All right, he's back in there now. A little tension here in the top of the 5th. Throw over to first. Colin Evans dives back in. Leopards with 2 in the first, 1 here in the 5th. Tatum with 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th.
We get another signal now from the catcher as far as what he wants the infield to do. So much confusion so far, it feels like, for the Tatum infield.
And again, they've got the second baseman in as well. Expecting a bunt from Jarvis. He shows it. He bunts it. First base side. They tried to put a tag on, they can't. Jarvis is going to be out at first, but the run scores. Great bunt first base side by Jarvis, and we're tied up at 4. I'll tell you what, not lost in all that is Brody Downs made a heck of a play at first base. That ball by Cody Hines could easily have been thrown into right field. He was moving to his right and trying to throw after he swiped, trying to get a tag on Jarvis. Downs saved him from an error and probably the Leopards getting another run. Instead, there's 2 away. Colin Evans is at second now. There's McLeod, ground ball towards short. He's got it, throw across, inning over. Whiteous throws him out, but the Leopards tie this thing up. 2 runs, 3 hits. There were no errors and a man left on. Bottom of the 5th coming up, all knotted up at 4 here on 107.1 and Texarkana Gameday.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here, and we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the 5th inning. Chuck Zach Doty coming at you live from the Jim Reeves Memorial Field where the Panola College Mustangs play. 4-4 ball game, bottom of the 5th. Little drama. We didn't have any in round 1. Kind of worked our way through the 2-game series sweep of Dangerfield, but here in round 2, a little bit better opponent and a little more stress on the field and certainly in the stands. All right, well, Maddox Moore, who we were wondering would he come back in depending on how things went. Well, since it's tied, Maddox back on the mound. He went 1 pitch to get out of the 4th, 1 pitch to start the 5th, and they'll get rid of the first man, Brady Downs, the first baseman, on a ground ball that's dug out well by Eli Jarvis over at the bag at first.
And so it was a really good job there by Jarvis to corral that. And typically whenever we see Howe come off the mound, sometimes he likes to overthrow it because of his such high adrenaline coming off the mound. That time he kind of overcorrected and kind of underthrew it, but a really good job there by Eli to pick it up.
Howe's at short, Pipes is at second. If I called Pipes, it was supposed to be Howe. There's 1 away. First pitch swing, and that's a foul ball by Dustin Hennigan. Hennigan 1 for 2. Moore has thrown all of 3 pitches. He's gotten 2 outs. Fastball grounder. This will be to Pipes. He's got it, and there's 2 outs. Well, if Maddox can do this for another inning and throw 10 pitches to get out of about 5 or 6 outs, Zach Fowler's going to be a genius. And he'll have more available for tomorrow night with basically 100 pitches left.
Yeah, pretty much use him again, and then we could see Howe come in as a closer.
Do we see how many pitches Howe threw?
84.
84, so he's still got 25 left. First pitch, strike. Tucker Anthony, who's struck out and reached on the fielder's choice and scored. Fastball in on his hands. He held back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Maddox Moore, the junior. He'll be the staff ace next year. Oh, a little high on the fastball, but a good-looking pitch. Moore has not lost a game this year. He's 7-0. Dylan Neighbors 9-0. Ground ball over his head. Howe has it. Throw. They couldn't get him. Jarvis down on the ground, trying to keep a foot on the bag, and the throw by Howe on the run as he came across the bag and into the right side of the infield, just threw the ball off mark and a little low, and it's going to be an error on the shortstop. And with 2 outs, the number 9 hitter, Caden Tatum, coming up. Tough ball right back up the middle. It was over Maddox's head. Howe had a long way to go to get it and just didn't have time to set his feet. Tatum's been on twice today, and he swings and misses. Reached on a walk in the third and an error on the third baseman in the fourth. 0-1. 0-2 now as he tried to slap that one. That almost looked like a softball style slap. And it's 0-2 now as he was trying to slap one toward Neighbors.
Only difference when running out of the box.
Yeah, right? Speaking of, congratulations, the A&M Texarkana Eagles get a berth in the NAIA softball championship. This one lifted to left. Will Tipton going back. He'll get a glove on it, and that's how the inning's going to come to an end. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left on. Top of the 6th coming up. 4-4 ball game. Here on 107.1 and Texarkana Gameday.
Tired of banking fees and complicated accounts? With State Bank's My Free Checking Account, enjoy no minimum balance and 0 monthly fees. Get a free gift just for opening your checking account, because we believe banking should be rewarding. Great for personal accounts and businesses too.
All right, welcome back. If you got high blood pressure, I don't know if I'd stay with this. I may turn this off and, take a bath. Come back at the end. If you've got that issue, this ain't for you.
Hey, Tatum has the bubbles.
What? Tatum has bubbles.
Tatum has bubbles. We're ready for a bath.
I don't know about that. That's not Mr. Bubble. 6th inning, 4-4 game. Leopards have out-hit the Eagles 8-7. They're going to have Maddox Moore, Arian Taylor, and the top of the order, Britton Pipes, coming up. Still out on the mound, Tristan Berry, who is inching closer to using up his entire 110-pitch repertoire for this playoff series. First pitch to Moore, called strike. Maddox grounded out twice to third and to short. Hitless in the playoffs so far. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike as Berry's a little bit low on that one.
Berry now listed at 82 pitches thrown after that last inning. And the first 2 here.
Swung on and fouled, and it's 1-2. Bottom part of the order, man, they've hit ground balls. Here's one foul back of the screen. Gabe with 2 to the second baseman. Cade with 2 to the shortstop. Maddox 1 to the short and 1 to third. Arian Taylor with a pop out to the shortstop. Here's the 1-2. Hard grounder, there's a base hit. Moore down the left field line. He'll take the turn and see if he'll go. Nope, they're gonna stop him at first base. There you go, Maddox. Just said he was hitless in the playoffs, no more.
And all it takes is one. That's a really good thing and a really good sign to see for him, and that could be a big spark for momentum for him down the future.
His mom waving her big Maddox Moore head out at the field. If he didn't see his own face, then he's got bad eyesight. A supersized Maddox Moore head just made its way into this game.
I think something that needs to be talked about as well is leadoff hitters for the Leopards. They've pretty much been on base every time that they've been up. Really good sign as far as getting things going in an inning.
Arian Taylor up now. See if they'll bunt Arian.
Showing pitch out.
Oh, and it came in on him. Almost hit him. Ball one. Here's that third baseman in. Let's see, they have a leadoff man in the first. Not in the second, not in the third, but in the fourth, in the fifth, and here in the sixth. So 4 of the 6 times, Leopards have had the guy on first to open up the game. Maddox with his lead at first. Taylor showing bunt again. Puts this one down right in front of home plate. They're going to go to first only because there's nobody covering second, and I think we're going to get a foul ball call. I think Taylor's coming back to the box. Yeah, Tatum's coach was running out onto the field. The home umpire looked at him and went, it's foul. We got it, coach. We're good.
Well, so I just got a pretty cool text, actually. Head coach of the A&M Eagles, Chase Brewster, actually told me that Cooper Whiteus has been offered by the Eagles, and so could possibly see him be an Eagle in the future.
And a teammate of Tristan Howe and Colin Evans. Yep. And maybe more.
Getting a meeting of the umpires here in the middle of the infield to confirm that it is a foul ball. They will confirm that. Foul will be now 1-1.
And I'm thinking the Eagles were arguing that maybe that ball hit him in fair territory and was going to be an out.
But why would you argue that, though, as that would just end up resulting in the same outcome?
I don't know. They're still not done. His coach is coming back out again for Tatum. He's got the very deliberate, as my wife would call it, bossy boots walk.
It looks like he's not happy with the infield.
Yeah, I don't know what he's got to complain about. Last time I saw that walk, it was a wedding planner who was walking out to make sure all things were right. That's the kind of walk that is. Only she did it in high heels. He did not. 1-1 the count. Speaking of weddings, I'm not with you guys for the rest of this series since my youngest is doing the thing, taking the plunge on Saturday. So rehearsal tomorrow, wedding on Saturday. You're without me for a couple of days. 1-1 the count. We'll try it again for Taylor. This time pitches inside and high ball 2. He didn't show bunt that time. Go ahead runs at first as we're playing in the top of the 6th. 4-4 ball game. Maddox Moore at first base. Second base, third baseman, both in. I don't wish anyone ill, but boy, if Arian Taylor can get a hold of one, I would not want to be in infield. They're playing as close as they are. They're backing up the second baseman now. He hits one deep. This one left field, way back.
Gone!
Have their first home run of the season. Arian Taylor with a 2-run jack to left field, and it's 6-4 Liberty-Eylau. They didn't hit a home run all year long. It comes in the 33rd game of the season, and it's a huge blast as Liberty-Eylau takes a 2-run lead, and now Tatum's coach is back out here, and he's mad some more. And I'm not sure what he's mad about, unless he's still mad about he thought Taylor should have been out on that at-bat. How big is that call?
Huge.
Taylor isn't called out on the bunt attempt. Instead, it's called a foul ball. He goes back to the plate, and then Jack Strikes a 2-run homer to left. And the Leopard crowd, they don't need bubbles.
We got fireworks.
Yeah. Pitch to Pipes, high ball 1. They still got to get through 2 more innings. It's only the top of the 6th. Britton has been hit by a pitch, walked, and flown out. This is a ground ball to short. And there's Whiteus, and there's our first out of the inning. I can see why Brewster wants him at A&M. Boy, an unhappy Tristan Berry, still mad at himself. He hung one that Arian Taylor got all of. They say it's 315 down the line and left. He did not hit it far from down the line. But cleared that left field fence without a problem. Here's Eli Jarvis. Jarvis 1 for 3 with a run scored. 1 out here in the 6th. Still buzzing. This one going the other way, and that's going to drop in for a hit. Jarvis around first. He's going to dig for second. He'll stand up at second base with a 1-out double.
Looked like he was losing his pants running into second. He was holding them up.
I'll tell you what, you got to lose your pants, you lose your pants. Remember, pants on the ground. I think it was an In Living Color bidder. Whoever it was, pants on the ground.
Quick shout out to the Pleasant Grove Hawks. They won 11-0 over Henderson at ETBU today.
Yeah, they'll sweep that series out tomorrow night. Back in the same place. Howe up now. Tristan 3 for 3. Double and 2 singles. We have got to be getting close on the pitch count for Tristan Berry.
Let me get back to it.
11 hits for Liberty-Eylau. Here's the pitch. That's called strike, outside corner.
94 after that strike.
Well, like I said, he can bleed him out of this game in this inning. And he's done for the series. He's got 16 left. Hard ground ball, 4 for 4. Howe with his 4th hit. Jarvis being waved around. He's going to come into the plate and score. Howe to second, 7-4 Liberty-Eylau. Howe picks up his 2nd RBI of the game. And how about the Leopards here in the 6th? It started with Maddox Moore getting that base hit into left field. Taylor tried to bunt, could not. Got a second chance on a foul bunt. Hit a 2-run jack. Now Jarvis with a double. And Howe with a single to score him. And the Leopards have put up 3 in this inning, and they're still just 1 away. Here's Colin Evans, who's walked, singled, struck out. Tristan Howe 4 for 4 today.
You see why Chase Brewster wants him as well.
Yeah. Pitch high to Evans, ball 2. One out in the inning. The Leopards, they said they'll get their feelings hurt when they fall behind. They have scored 5 runs the last 2 innings since they fell behind 4-2.
Just a complete momentum shift, complete 180.
Pitch to Evans, strike 1. 2-1 the count.
Felt like he was taking the whole way there, seeing how much emotions are affecting Berry right now as he has 98 pitches. Still with only 1 out and a runner on second and Howe.
This one's popped up, and it'll be the 2nd out as Whiteys goes out into shallow left field, falls down making the catch. But it's the 2nd out of the inning. And here's Dylan Neighbors. Neighbors with a fly out, a single, and a sacrifice fly. And I'm not trying to be greedy, but this 8th run would be a big deal.
Huge, because 2 runs wasn't enough to begin the game. And
2 wasn't enough for them to hold the lead.
Exactly.
Let's see if Neighbors can get a hit. Howe down there at second. He pops one back behind home plate, not a play. Strike 1. And more important, not maybe more importantly, really there's about 10 pitches left in Tristan Berry's series. You'd like him to have to use them, and there's strike 2 on the outside corner.
I've been really nice to the umpire all game.
You have been very nice.
That one was a little outside.
In fact, I thought maybe you guys were related. You're so nice. 0-2 the count. And Berry steps off. And he wants his catcher. Game 1. Imagine what games 2 or 3 will be like if this is game 1. A lot of drama. It's not for the faint of heart.
And give it up to the Tatum faithful as well. They have not made this an easy game, but shout out to the Leopard fans as well, making the drive, and they supported just as well here on a road game pretty much.
Ground ball toward Whiteus. It runs up on him. Neighbors is going to be safe, and everybody's going to be safe. Error on the shortstop, and we get another batter. That's going to be Gabe Jarvis. And I said I wasn't trying to be greedy, but now I want to be greedy. Now we want to get that run in from third.
I mean, he's already over there. Might as well.
And it looks like Tatum's coach is going to let Berry throw as many as he's got in him, and that's it. I guess it's his best chance to win. But if you knock him out here in the 6th, this is a huge momentum thing. If this is their ace pitcher, and here in the 6th, not only do you take the lead away from him, but you burn out all the pitches he's got in this series. That's a big deal.
And so Rylan Blair came in to be the runner over at first for Dylan Neighbors. So look to see what sort of changes get made as far as that goes, as Neighbors and Dalen Gartner headed over to the bullpen now. Could see Neighbors come in and relief.
We'll see if he's coming in or if they're just going to warm him in case. Maddox, I'm sure, is set to be the game 2 pitcher. There's still 2 innings left for the Liberty-Eylau staff to try to get through. Whether it's Neighbors or Moore or Berry or Zyvan Banks or somebody else. Zyvan's kind of had a bum arm.
Gunnar Keith,
yeah.
Pipes has been a really good closer down the stretch.
Yep, you got options.
A lot of different options for sure.
I don't know how much more of Maddox I'd want to use. Maybe an out or 2.
You got 11 pitches on him so far.
Here's a pitch. This one in there for a called strike to Gabe. Jarvis single in the 1st, grounded out to 2nd his other 2 times up. He's got 1 RBI.
And Kay McLeod's on deck. I thought Maddox was on deck. He actually led off this inning. 2 batters away from that, though.
Yeah, we're getting around to it. 8th batter, or 7th batter already has come to the plate. This is number 8. Throw over to first, and runners back there safely. Alan Blair's become one of the 2 or 3 runners, and Zyvan's been a runner a lot this year. We saw Ethan Berry already this year, or this evening rather. Here's a pitch. This one fouled out of play. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to Jarvis. A single, a home run, a ground out, a double, a single, a pop out, and an error. And that's where we are here in the Leopard half of the 6th. This game started at 7. We're at almost 9. Pitch just outside. They're going to let the runner go down to 2nd without a throw. And we're about to risk how the really good base runner taking off and trying to score and get that 4th run. So first base is open. 1-2 the count now on Gabe Jarvis. Fouled back, stays alive.
And these are big as you're just eating away at pitches for Berry. 105 now.
There you go.
106, excuse me. 106.
And he is allowed to go over 110 if he starts a new batter. Misses just outside. Well, that's twice. Twice their catcher, Jackson Prince, has put that glove just on the outside of that left-handed batting Gabe Jarvis, and both times Berry's been right there but just off the plate.
And I think I think it's a good miss, trying to get a swing and miss.
This one hit the left center. It's going all the way back to drop in there. 1 run scores. 2nd run scores. Jarvis coming around 2nd to 3rd. Ball all the way to the wall. He'll stand up with a triple, and it's 9-4 Leopards. Well, Ellie has hit for the cycle in this inning.
We'll see courtesy runner Zyvan Banks come in for Gabe as he is fired up coming across the diamond, celebrating with his teammates.
So Blair comes in to score from 2nd, Howe from 3rd. 3 RBIs for Gabe Jarvis tonight. Cade McLeod, who's 1 for 3, comes to the plate with another RBI chance for him. And they're going to let Barry start, I guess, this one last batter.
He is at 108. Going to let him finish this one out, and will be 2 pitchers and 2 series that Leopards will max out.
5 runs for the Leopards. Strike 1 to McLeod. Cade with 28, make it, 28 RBIs. He's got the team lead, but tell you what, they're coming up on him fast. 0-1 the count. 0-2. 3 runs batted in for Gabe Jarvis tonight. He's up to 21. 4 hits for Tristan Howe tonight. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball's going to get away from the catcher. Let's see if McLeod's going to be able to beat it out. He's not. And that's how the inning and night's going to end for Tristan Berry. The Leopards bat around here in the 6th. They pick up 5 runs on 6 hits. There was 1 error, 1 man left on base, and Arian Taylor's 2-run blast got the Leopards the lead, the first home run of the season for Liberty-Eylau, and Maddox Moore is coming back out to the mound. We'll take a quick timeout. We're coming back in 30 seconds here on 107.1 in Texarkana Gameday.
Sorry you're under the weather, Susie. Here are those loan docs.
Thanks, James. I'm so glad we didn't have to delay this closing.
Tissue?
Thanks.
Secure and safe loan closings, or take care of just about any banking task. Experience the credit union difference. Anytime, anywhere. With RRCU's digital banking. Do you RRCU?
We welcome you back. Bottom of the 6th, 9-4 Liberty-Eylau with the lead. They came into the inning with a 4-4 ball game. They came into the 5th trailing 4-2. They have scored 7 in the last 2 innings. And Maddox Moore will come back out for the 6th as he'll take on the top of the order. Adcock, Wedius, and Prince. And now it's just a matter of throw some strikes. Don't give free base runners and throw strikes.
But Maddox has been so effective so far. Only 11 innings pitched in this.
11 pitches thrown, yeah.
Yeah, 1 1/3 innings pitched, excuse me. That he hasn't even faced this part of the order yet. And so that's going to be huge in continuing this way, because the more you see him in the order, the more they get on him and can take advantage of him. But being able to go here in the bottom half of the 6th, with this top of the order not seeing him yet, it's going to be a big-time factor.
My guess is he gets this inning and no more. And we'll see how quickly he can work as far as how few pitches he can work to get out of this. Adcock up. He's 1 for 3 with a single in the 3rd. Strikeout and a pop-out. Swinging strike as he fouls this one third base side. Game 2 tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at Pleasant Grove's Hawk Field. You think the Leopard fans are out tonight? Wait till tomorrow night. It'll be the Eagles' turn to drive. Pitch high, 2-1 the count. And if they have to have a game 3, Winsboro, 2 o'clock Saturday. Tristan Howe started this game on the mound. Maddox Moore took over with 2 outs in the 4th and got out of the inning. There's a foul ball out of play, 2-2 to count. He got a 1-pitch out of Cody Hines to get out of a couple of runners on base after 3 had already scored in that inning. He got a scoreless 5th, and he's out here for the 6th. Misses wide, 3-2. If you're Zach Fowler, you're probably more nervous right now than you've been all game. Ground ball up the middle. There's base hit to open things out. You know, 1-run game, everybody's locked in. 5-run game, you worry about, do we lose focus a little bit, and this thing starts falling in the other direction. Cooper Whittius up now. Whittius with a triple in the 4th that scored 2 runs. He's got 3 runs batted in and 1 run scored tonight. And he started 0 for 2. Ground ball back to Moore, juggles it down to a knee, throw a little high, and they're barely going to get the out at second base. Pipes did a little stretching rubber man style to be able to keep that foot down and get the first out of the inning.
Big time out to get the lead runner there. Good job by Moore to corral it, figure it out, but great stretch there by Pipes to keep it in play and get that out.
Had a chance for a double play if he fields it cleanly, but we'll take the 1 out, and there's 5 of those left to get for Liberty-Eylau. Here's the Jackson Prince, the catcher. He's been on base all 3 times tonight. 2 singles and a walk. First pitch called strike. Whitey's good speed over at first base, but who cares? It's a 5-run ball game. Pitch down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. I'd like to keep Maddox's pitch count, I'm guessing, under 30. Give him 80 pitches to be able to work with tomorrow.
Sitting at 20 now, 14 of them strikes.
He's got 1 out here in the 6th. He can throw 10 pitches, get out of this inning. I think if you're Zach Fowler, you feel good going to Gunner or somebody like that to close it out. This one foul out of play, first base side. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You're ahead in the count now. If you're Moore, you have some room to work with. Possibly an off-speed working away from him on that outside edge that the umpires like to call it all game. That's where Jarvis is setting up.
Colt Ballard's the on-deck hitter. He's the cleanup man. Timeout. Too much time as Moore peered in. Little long for Jackson Prince. Leopards with 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th. And that one bounces in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eagles got 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th. Maddox Moore looking in as Prince takes a long time getting the signs from his third base coach. Here's the pitch. Oh, it's a good looking pitch just off. I don't like your cousin, Mr. Umpire, anymore, Mr. Doty.
We're not related.
3-2 the count. Winner of this gets either Whitesboro or Pottsboro in the regional semis. Game 1 of their series tonight in Sanger. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Moore picks up his first strikeout of the game, 2nd out of the inning, and that was a big one.
Huge for momentum. Calms back down the nerves after getting that leadoff runner.
First time they've gotten Jackson Prince out tonight. Well, number 3 hitters in this game are combined 7 times on base and 8 at bats. Ground ball, this one in the hole. It's going to get into left field. Runners at 1st and 2nd. 1 pitch, 1 hit for Colt Ballard, who's got his 2nd hit of the game.
Good 2-out hitting there for the Eagles, staying alive.
Yeah, so here's Cody Hines. He's the batter that Moore faced when he came in the 4th. Got him to fly out to center on 1 pitch.
So now Jarvis making sure that him and Maddox are on the same page now with the runner on 2nd. It complicates signs a little bit.
Well, I tell you what, Leopard coaches have been working, moving those outfielders tonight. John Stilson's been out of the dugout all night, moving outfielders. They play a lot more shallow tonight than we've seen all year long. It burned them on the Whitey's triple. They're moving the outfielders back now, however, as Taylor in right field goes back a couple steps and to his right. Ground ball right back, actually line drive, right back to Moore, who gloves it, and that's how the inning's going to end. Hello, and look what I found. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on. Actually, 2 men left on. We're through 6 full. Liberty-Eylau with a 9-4 lead. We'll come back for the top of the 7th in 60 seconds here on 107.1 and Texarkana Gameday.
Hi, I'm Jay Strickland, 2nd generation master electrician. This is our team here at Livewire Electrical Services. Your safety is our top priority. That's why with every service call, we do a visual safety inspection for our customers, because small things can turn into big problems if left unchecked. We also offer a safety and savings membership plan, which gives you priority booking service, discounts, and an annual safety inspection of your home to make sure your home is protected year-round. We're proud to have been voted Best Electrician in Texarkana for the last 3 years by the Reader's Vault magazine. We have a 4.9 Google rating with over 270 5-star reviews because Texarkana trusts us to get the job done right. So give us a call today and experience the difference, because your home safety starts with us.
All righty, welcome back. Top of the 7th, new pitcher for the Eagles as Tristan Berry's evening has come to an end. And we're going to get a right-hander that comes in relief for Tatum today. And that's going to be, let's see, number 5 for them. I got to find my roster someplace.
I don't have a number 5, actually.
See, I think you said I was crazy before because I saw number 5.
That is Tucker Anthony, actually.
The third baseman.
Yeah, who's I have his number 20 as a number 20 on my roster.
Right, but he'd been 5 for the game, so the third baseman's coming in to get to the mound. It looks like they moved Berry to third base. So let's see if we've got anything on Anthony. On the year, let's see, he is 1-0. So it's 4th appearance of the season. He's got a 1.62 earned run average. 8 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So we know his problem. If he isn't throwing strikes, this is going to be Leopards be patient, and you may get a chance to get on base.
Yeah, opponents have a .094 on base average, or excuse me, opponent batting average, and a .275 on base percentage, but they have stole 5 bases against Anthony.
Yeah, this is about the walks. This is going to be his thing. If he throws strikes, should be a quick inning. If not, he may be out there a while. He's going to face Maddox Moore, and the first pitch is up high, ball 1.
We'll see the same order this inning as we saw at the top of the last inning. See if Moore has the same success here in his 2nd time leading off.
Moore, Taylor, and Pipes, ball 2. Tristan Berry went 6 full innings. He gave up 9 runs, 12 hits. And he struck out just 1. Moore watches the strike go by that time. Actually struck out 2, I take it back. Let's see, walked 1, 2. There's strike inside corner. And hit a batter.
And it appears as if Anthony and Berry have just swapped positions as far as mound and third base goes.
So the earned run average of 0.97 blown up by the Leopards. Moore goes down on strikes to open up the inning. So he strikes out looking. Here's Arian Taylor. He ought to get a big hand as he strides to the plate. His 2-run home run gave the Leopards the lead in the 6th inning. And with 1 out, he looks at strike 1. It was an intriguing at-bat. He was trying to put down a bunt multiple times. When one time he finally got the ball in play, it was called a foul ball. He hits this one hard to center. Adcock almost overran that thing. He kind of didn't expect it to have as much juice on it as it did, and it just about jumped over his head. Second out of the inning, though.
Number 13.
Ended up having to leave his feet for that one.
Yep, and Britton Pipes coming to the plate. By the way, between innings, they went to ask the scorekeeper, the bookkeeper for the Leopards, Amy Moore, how many pitches has Maddox thrown? So it tells you pretty much they're going to make the decision. If Zach's number was 30, he may let him come out for another batter before he goes to the bullpen. Pipes up now. Britton's 0 for 2. He's walked, been hit by a pitch, scored a run, grounded out, flew out, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike to him now.
And Maddox at 26 now. No arms getting loose in the bullpen, however.
Yeah, I say he'll probably start the inning.
I figured he will as well. It's just a matter of who you possibly see next. We saw Neighbors getting some action down there, but
this one hit hard. And a diving grab out in left field. Highlight play by Dustin Hennigan to end the inning. Leopards go down in order in the 7th. That part of the inning didn't matter. Part that's going to matter is coming up. Liberty-Eylau 3 outs away from getting a Game 1 win. We'll see who comes to the mound when we come back here on 107.1 and Texarkana Gameday. All right, well, the answer is Maddox Moore. He will go back to the mound, and my guess is probably going to be he'll get a batter, and then Britton Pipes is probably going to get the mound. That's going to be my guess. They'll just do the straight swap second base, I'm guessing. Winning Game 1's a big deal here, though. All right, Brody Downs to lead things off. It's Downs, Hennigan, and Anthony, 6, 7, 8, due up for Tatum. First pitch called strike. Hennigan struck out looking, singled, and grounded out. He's 1 for 3. Just missing. Well, that's about the 3rd one in the last inning or so that home plate umpire's been really, really tight on. That one's high by Maddox, and the count's 2-1 now.
I think the gnats are maybe bothering him.
I can understand it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hard ground ball. Howe's got it. Juggles it. Throws on the money. Out number 1. No look to go to Pipes yet. Took him 4 pitches to get out of that at first batter. Dustin Hennigan, same deal. Single in his 3 at-bats so far. Leopards 2 outs away. Pitch inside, ball 1.
Moore eclipsed the 30 mark on that one with 31.
Liberty-Eylau 9 runs, 12 hits. There's a called strike. Tatum 4 runs, 9 hits. Swinging ground ball. Neighbors charging, trying to find it in his glove. Throw off the mark into right field. Taylor's got to go get it, and they'll stop the runner at second base. And with 1 away, there's a runner at second as Neighbors picks up the error.
And he just never found it cleanly out of his glove and just tried to rush it. Runner was probably going to be safe no matter what after all of that, as it was such a slow roller as well. And now a runner in scoring position for the Eagles. Chance to capitalize as they're down to their last inning.
2 outs left for Tatum, number 8 hitter, Tucker Anthony up. Anthony 0 for 3, hits this one to right center. It's Arian coming in, and he'll make that play easily for out number 2. Well, they had him played shallow, and it looked for a minute like that ball may be a little bit of trouble, but as shallow as they had as shallow as they had Arian Taylor playing, that ball off the bat by Anthony was just routine. So last out for the Eagles, and why not? Caden Tatum batting for Tatum. He's 0 for 2, a walk, an error on the third baseman, and a fly out to left. He scored a couple runs. And he'll be in the count, behind in the count, no balls and 1 strike. The Eagles with 4 runs, 9 hits. They have left on 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. Leopards have left on 7. This is playable. This may be it. It's in foul territory. Nope, it's Neighbors back into fair territory, and that's where this one's going to come to an end. Dylan Neighbors secures the ball, and the Leopards, who got a 2-0 lead and a 4-2 deficit, blew up in the 5th and 6th innings, courtesy of 7 runs in those 2 innings, a 4-for-4 night for Tristan Howe, and the first home run of the season for the Leopards by Arian Taylor to take a 9-1 win in Game 1 of this series and set up a chance to wipe out the Eagles tomorrow when Game 2 starts, 7 o'clock tomorrow night at Pleasant Grove, with Liberty-Eylau up 1-0. Last thoughts, Zach Doty.
Man, I mean, you can't really talk more about how much they rallied there in those middle innings to kind of be down. End up being 2 runs to rally off 7 in those later 2 innings to end up making it 9-4. The leadoff in each inning, I believe it was 4 out of 7. Yep. It ended up being. I mean, you can't really ask more base runners. That's what the Leopards capitalized best on.
How about the win for Maddox Moore? 3 in the 3rd innings in relief, gave up just 2 hits and no runs in that time. He improves his record to 8-0 on the year. Leopards are now 29-4 on the season, and they're a game away from moving into round 3. That'll wrap things up. Liberty-Eylau with a 9-4 win. We're going back home up in the series. Time to get your Leopard on, babies.
Heck yeah.
We'll see you guys tomorrow night live from Pleasant Grove for game number 2. For 107.1, Texarkana Game Day, for Zach Doty, I'm Chuck Zach. So long, everybody.